Is the organic worth the hype, or is it just another marketing gimmick? Happy Boxing Day, everybody, and welcome to the Neckpour. My name's Lewis, and welcome to the Whisky Review channel, where I give you my thoughts and opinions on a particular bottle of whisky, from the Neckpour all the way down to the Dregs. And you join me here on this Boxing Day evening as we crack open a new bottle that I was gifted just yesterday. It's a Bruichladdich The Organic 2010, and this was from when organic barley was very much their thing, before they got into Islay barley. And we'll find out, is this barley actually adding anything, or is it just a marketing gimmick and a way to add a couple of quid onto a bottle? So before I waffle on any further, let's get this bottle open and see what we think. So as I mentioned, this is a bottle I was gifted for Christmas yesterday from my wife. She saw it in a shop and picked it up for me. 2010 organic, 8-year-old. And yeah, let's get this open. Have a little listen to the cork. I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas wherever you are, if you celebrate it. I hope you're able to spend a bit of time over this holiday period with your loved ones. And I hope you also were able to enjoy a couple of nice drams, if that's what you're so into. Although I'm guessing from the fact that you're here, you probably are. So let's have a little listen to this. Great cork pop. That is one of the dirtiest corks I've seen in a while. This has sat in bottle for quite a long time, because this is only 8-year-old and was distilled in 2010. So this has sat in glass for almost as long as it sat in cask for. So yeah, 8 years in cask, 7 years in glass. So let's see what that's done to it and see what we think. Firstly, let's give this a nose. It's very Bruichladdich on the nose. Lots and lots of malt. A little bit of farmyardy funk. I'm getting lots and lots of peaches. I'd definitely say peaches rather than nectarines, because that kind of farmyardiness makes it smell almost fuzzy, like the skin of a peach, rather than smooth like a nectarine. Now that sounds a little bit odd, but yeah, it's definitely peaches to me. And there's a slight little sweetness there as well. But yeah, it's really interesting nose, really enjoyable. Looking at it here again, it's just oily as all hell, as a lot of Bruichladdich are. We're 50%, we're non-chill filtered with natural colour. And yeah, let's get this in my mouth. That is super sweet. That's actually really quite surprising. That's one of the sweetest Bruichladdich I think I've ever tasted. The only one that could come close was the sherry cask classic laddie, and I'll put a link to that just up there. It was only the Dregs for that one. That was also super sweet. I think there must be some sherry in this. It doesn't give the complete cask breakdown on here. In fact, I think I'm wrong. I think it does. Exclusively heavily charred Firstville bourbon barrels. And it is, yeah, heaps of sweetness in a kind of honey and a kind of caramel sort of style. Again, that peach note carries through to the palate, but with that sweetness goes more to like a peach ring, like a chewy sweet. And yeah, really, really pleasant palate. The kind of farminess and sort of cheesiness that Bruichladdich is known for is almost invisible on the palate to me there. There's a little bit of something, and again, I don't know whether it's psychosomatic, but now that I've reminded myself that it was those heavily charred barrels, I'm almost tasting a little bit of wood char smoke. As I say, that could just be power of suggestion though. And then onto the finish. Really, really oily, really, really long, as we know and love from a Bruichladdich. And I'm getting, again, lots and lots of a kind of toffee, like a really chewy toffee. I'm getting notes of dark cocoa. And again, I'm getting those sort of stone fruits. But as it finishes, it's going more into the kind of the chewing the stone. It's that slight bitterness from those kind of fruits. But really, really interesting. I'm just going to quickly add a little drop of water, because I find a lot of Bruichladdich do take water really quite well. And I'll see whether this one is the same. I'm not going to go too crazy, just a couple of drops. Certainly brighten that nose up no end. Again, that's like almost tinned peaches now on the nose. Again, it's very volatile because the water's only been in a couple of seconds. It's not really a fair test. I'm getting almost that kind of saccharine icing sugar sweetness with the peaches, which kind of gives like a tinned artificial peach. Whereas the palate's got a lot funkier and a lot weirder. You're getting those kind of almost like farmyardy manure kind of flavours coming through on the palate, which I just love. And through to the finish, the fruits are getting much redder and much darker and much stickier. Absolute stunner of a whiskey. This was picked up at £72, which is a pretty good price, but perhaps there's a reason this has sat on shelves for 7 years, because there are other great things in the similar price category. But again, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, especially when it's someone bringing me something that I really do enjoy like this. One of my good friends actually has a bottle of the 2009, and so I'll be really interested to see if he wants to do a little sample swap of this, and we can compare them side by side. But yeah, again, I'd just like to wrap up by saying I hope you guys have had a wonderful holiday period. I hope you've been able to find some time to spend with your loved ones and enjoy a dram or two of something good. And other than that, I'd just like to say thank you all so much for joining me here today. It really does mean a lot to me. If you enjoyed the video, please do hit the like button down below. If you've got any thoughts on this particular bottle, any other Bruichladdich, or anything you'd like to see me review, drop that in the comments down below. I'll be sure to get back to you. If you've really enjoyed the content, hit subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're informed next time I post. But other than that, I'd love to see you again for another episode of the Dregs, the Neckpour, or just my thoughts and opinions on whiskey. And until then, I'd just like to say cheers, Salancha, and I'll see you again.